Oh, great! I just timed everything, and the mic is gone. So, yeah. So that was a silent movie version of Anime Show. I hope you can hear me now. Let's do a check. I've got my mic going at this time. If you aren't in chat and you can hear me, go ahead. It also cannot hear on mobile. Okay. Give it just a little bit of time. Look, go figure, guys. Go figure. You should be getting sound right about now. I'm hoping that, yeah, I didn't turn the microphone on. Can you believe that? Yes, there's sound now. I didn't turn the microphone on. My apologies to my friends. Gomen nasai. Yes, at the silent opening. Oh, I figured it was a kind of a silent movie kind of thing. So welcome, guys. Hey, Jay, Stuka, nice to see you guys here in chat. I don't know who else is watching. So let me repeat myself. We'll go back. This reminds me of the time at the first stream where I didn't turn everything on properly, and so nothing was broadcasting through YouTube, which was kind of an interesting thing until I started to look and noticed, hey, you guys, is everything okay? And you're saying, what happened to the stream? So kind of lost 15 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes or so, something like that, if I remember correctly. So yes, now we're loud and clear. I'm looking at the mic. It is picking up. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Excellent. So welcome to chat. To everybody else who's going to be joining us shortly. I know you guys are there. Maybe there's people lurking who are not in the chat room. Welcome, everybody. Good evening to all the folks in the U.S. For those across the pond, the other pond, across the Pacific. I know I've got some people out there in the Philippines, Malaysia, and Thailand, I think, who I'm sure will be joining us shortly. Can't wait to see you guys, but I think it's afternoon there now. Japan Standard Time is noon, so you can do the math for all those folks there. They're probably within an hour or two of that little area. So welcome to the show. As I was saying, we are now on episode 9 of this live stream podcast, whatever you want to call it, whatever I want to call it. We'll call it the show, the anime show. Get it? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right, never mind. Not that I'm a comedian or anything like that. Anyway, so welcome, episode 9. We've passed the milestone, the 7-episode milestone. I'm still trying to get used to looking at the camera, so if my gaze goes somewhere else, that's just how it is. That's how we're gonna do the show. All right, so the anime show. Yeah, I know I'm gonna beat that dead horse until it's dead and it comes back to life as a zombie, and then you got to shoot it in the head because you got to destroy the connection to the CNS, central nervous system. Yes. So thank you, Jay. Yes. I'm not quite sure what you're laughing at. You're probably just laughing in general. Yeah, that's just me. But anyway, where was I? Yes. So episode 9. Just a reminder, I'm going to be gone the next 2 weeks, starting next Friday. Gonna go visit relatives in California, so I'll be gone for 2 weeks. So there won't be a stream. There won't be a 10 yet. Notice. Episode 10 will be back on the 31st. So I figure, I got 2 weeks. I'm gonna be streaming a lot of anime. Lots of time. I don't have to work, so that's gonna be a lot of fun, and we'll get to some anime shortly soon. As you know, yes. What we got to double up? Yes, of course. Dad joke horses. Yes, and we're gonna beat those horses until they say nay. There's another one for you. Just kill me now. No, don't kill me. I'll just come back to haunt you. All right, so. Before we get into the meat of the show, as usual, there is something that I want to talk about briefly. Despite the fact that we talk about anime in general, mostly, at least the majority of the time, I do want to point out, if you guys have not read it yet, I'm talking manga here. If you guys haven't read it yet, it was an anime. back in the early 80s. I think is 1984 was when it was produced. Before Studio Ghibli was Studio Ghibli, pre-Ghibli, so it was still a giblet. There's another dad joke. Somebody's probably gonna beat me over the head with that. Stop using Studio Ghibli jokes in that manner. And that's my beating over the head motion. You like that? I'm not gonna patent it or anything. So when Ghibli was still a giblet, so tiny Ghibli, pre-Ghibli. Hold me closer, tiny Ghibli. All right, Elton John. I've got nothing on him. So before Studio Ghibli, we all know, of course, that we're talking about Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. So if you guys have not read the manga yet, this is yes, I know. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just full of dad jokes. Not that I'm a dad or anything. That's fairly. You should know by now. That's fairly standard. So we'll just call it. We'll call it a day. So anyway, yes. If you guys have not yet read the manga, this is the perfect collection from Viz Comics. I don't know if it's still available in this format. I'm pretty sure it is. Probably used or an older copy. This I've had since. This would be the mid 2000s. So I've had this copy. This is volume 1. There's several volumes. As a matter of fact, the complete story is not told. The anime, the movie, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, only covers, if I remember correctly, like something like a third, not quite even half of the story that Miyazaki works on in the full manga. So it's just a part of the. I think it's within the first of the perfect collections. I've got 2 of these. I think it only covers. I think it's in the first 2 volumes or first 3 volumes or volume 2.5, roughly. They cover the story that you see in the anime. But the manga, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on with that. And if you want to know exactly how big this guy gets, I got this for myself as a birthday present about a year ago. This is the complete saga of Nausicaa. It comes in 2 volumes. And we're talking over 1,000 pages, just about. So yeah, it's a really cool hardcover. Check these out, folks. Look at that baby. 2 volumes, really cool artwork on that. And this was through Right Stuff Anime that I got. I think I got it a discount or something like that for signing up, or so I got 10% off, and I bought it on my birthday, and it was awesome. And I got that, and I have not yet read the entire thing. I really haven't really cracked it yet, so the spine is still pretty in decent shape. But yes, if you guys have not read that, I highly recommend it. As I've said before, Nausicaa is one of my is on my rewatch list. It's actually my event rewatch, and in a future episode, oh yeah, that's yes. We stand big books and we cannot lie. Okay, yeah, exactly. That's not really a dad joke, but you kind of expect. Yeah, that is pretty hefty. This was something like I think it was $60. 60 something. It's either $60 or $80, something like that. It's pretty good size, but it comes in a nice slip case. Like there, slip case right there. Where you see the camera, Abner. Look at the camera. And so at some point I'm going to crack this open and read it from cover to cover. But yeah, if you guys have not yet read Nausicaa and you are interested beyond the anime, go check this out. That would be my manga recommendation, which we don't quite do on the show, but I figured there's a couple of things that I'm probably going to go over that had a manga start, and then later became an anime. And as you guys have probably seen, a lot of anime got started in as manga, either manga or light novel, depending on which anime it is. So that we'll get started with that. So yes, if you guys are looking for something to read, and you don't mind non-moving pictures, or at least they move when you turn the page, give that a try. So, having said that, let's get started into the meaty part of our show. And we all know what that part is, right? Okay, here we go. Yes, it is time for Bandori Appreciation Time, BAT. So on today's edition of BAT, we went over this before. We mentioned it last week, last show, episode 8 and episode 7. Jay, you were nice enough to point out that, well, given the show and me, everything is all Bandori related. I think it was either you or Stuka mentioned it was all Bandori related. Yes, I mentioned 6 degrees of Bandori, so that's this little bit of the feature, 6 degrees of Bandori. Before I get there, I just want to hold this up because it's really, really cool. This is the this is that lanyard. So there's a space in the back to put stuff in. So I guess if you go to a convention, to a con, you can put your tickets there, and then on the front, you show your allegiance to poppin'party, and it's got a really cool lanyard which has poppin'party on it. If you can see, on this side there, it's upside down. There we go. So yeah, and speaking of which, I am wearing the new shirt, as I showed you guys last week. That one there, and then on the back side, if I don't fall over in my chair here, hopefully you guys can see, has the picture of the band on the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just going to shift around a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see at some point there. It's really cool. I showed it to you guys last time. So that's pretty nice. Yes, next level, one degree of Bandori. Okay, so the 6 degrees, the degrees of Bandori. Here we go. So I think I mentioned last time I had been, with my YouTube playlist. You know how YouTube uses its algorithm and says, "Oh, you might like this video." So I was getting a bunch of, the standard YouTube recommendations, and one of them was for an actress, it turns out, named Tokui Sora. And I thought, hey, this is kind of cool. She had a couple of videos of her going into Akihabara and going to some stores and picking up some gachas. So I think there's one video where she spends something like 3,000 yen just picking up various types of gachas. So she's in this gacha shop, which I guess is pretty much everywhere in Akihabara. So she goes into this one and she's just going, oh, let's look at this. So she grabs a whole bunch of stuff. There's another video of her at another anime store looking at statues and various things. And so when I decided, hey, let's, who is she? What does she do? Of course, we find out that, first of all, she plays Nero in the Tante Opera Milky Homes franchise, which we know came from Bushiroad. And as we also know, the 4 actresses who played the main characters in Milky Homes go on to play the 4 characters in Glitter Green, Guri Guri on Bang Dream. Of course, so there we go. There's the Bandori connection. So I thought that was really cool. Now, and for those of you who are wondering, or if you don't know, Tokui plays Hinako of Guri Guri. She's the quiet one who works at the music shop Edogawa. I believe she's the guitarist. And if I'm incorrect in that, how come we can't have any gacha shops here? Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I guess would it be safe to say that gachas would be the same as the stuff you see in front of like liquor stores? The ones where you stick the quarter in and little things come out. It's either a sticker or a little toy, and there's usually like a line of them in front. Would that count as gacha? Not maybe not. I mean, I remember seeing those in front of a liquor store back home. They had them at IHOP. They had them at Denny's. Usually near the front by the vending machines for cigarettes and whatnot. Would that count as gacha? They're not really as cool as gacha because you can't get any anime stuff from there, or you can't get Pokemon. You can't get anything Sailor Moon. Yeah, the quarter machines. Yeah. Would that count? But because you either get stickers out of them. I've gotten these little parachute guys I remember. They're the ones that they look like little soldiers and they're wrapped up with a parachute. Yeah, but entire shop. Yes, that would be real. That would be cool. Quarter like this. Would that be a business idea? Come on, can we get behind that? Wouldn't that be cool to have like some weird shop? It could be just small, tiny place, but it's like wall-to-wall quarter machines. Wouldn't that be cool? I wonder how you can get started. You can call it the American Gotcha Shop. Yeah, quarter machines, whatever those things are called. That would be really cool. Because I think in Akihabara, everything that I've seen of walkthrough videos in Japan, they've got like multiple shops of these things. It's not just one gotcha shop. It's like everywhere. There's like 5 or it's like there. Yes, quarter. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like Stereogum of knockoff stickers. Yes, but if we can somehow get gotcha, the good gotcha, here in the U.S., wouldn't that be cool? Like have like an entire store is just like starts off with quarter machines, but then if you make your way past them, you get the good stuff. You get like mini like there was one gotcha shop that Tokui that Sora-san went to. That you put together, basically it came in little pieces inside the little capsule. You pull it out and I think she made like some kind of insect, and there was another one where she made a beetle, the wind-up beetle. You had to snap the pieces together, you wind it up, and the little beetle would walk down the street, or down a little ways. There were a bunch of other stuff that she picked up. I think that would be cool. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome, especially if you can get the good gotcha stuff, like even like mini Pokemon or something from Gundam, like the mini Gundam that you can snap together, and it's just tiny bit of the RX-78 or a Zaku or something like that, or from any other show. That little figure, even if it's a little SD, little chibi figure, big head. That'd be cool. You can get like a tiny Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service, or you can get the little witch logo that's in the movie, with her on the broomstick. Wouldn't that be cool? Just like a whole bunch stuff like that. So anyway, so it turns out that Sora Tokui plays one of the gals in Guri Guri. So I thought that was really cool, and I mention that because another YouTube recommendation popped up. Well, not a YouTube recommendation. Actually, let me back up a little bit. About a year ago, when I started learning Japanese or started teaching myself Japanese, I figured I'd listen to some podcasts from Japan, like actual, not just teaching podcasts, but ones where like interview shows, kind of like your standard, listen to the Joe Rogan type thing, or stuff of covering various subjects. Podcast, but specifically Japanese produced podcasts, and I happen onto this one that's done by the NBS, the Nippon Broadcasting System. I just picked it up from somewhere online, and I pulled it onto my Podbean podcast player. It's a show called Doze Ware Nante. I think it translates to something like "How are we cracking?" or something like that. Could be a little off. And I've been listening to it off and on for the past year, and it's got two hosts. I can't remember the guy's name, but the gal who's the co-host is a woman named Tokorada Azusa, and turns out in the description she's a voice actress. She's a seiyuu. And I said, oh, hey, that's kind of cool. So she's, and most of the stuff that they talk about is, anime related. So there's, they talk about various shows and this and that and sci-fi and, lots of fun pop culture stuff. Some anime music, anime songs show up on the show, and it's like 20 minutes per episode. But anyway, so I'd been listening to them on and off. And there's something like I think like 100-something episodes now currently in queue on Podbean, or I think you can get it on Amazon or wherever you want to check them out. But as I said, she's a voice actress, and so the other day I decided, hey, I really don't know what she's done. What her credits look like, and so I thought I'd look them up. two of them caught my eye, and I'll get to the 6 degrees here in just a moment. So first, Azusa-san plays Azusa on Sound Euphonium, the senpai for the brass section. She's the gal with the glasses, the brunette with the glasses. Not only that, and here we go, she plays Kaoru of Hello Happy World on Bang Dream. How cool is that? And I didn't even realize that. So there's my 6 degrees right there. She's Kaoru, and of course, Kaoru's tagline is how everything is fleeting. And there we go. So there you have it. Thank you for playing 6 degrees of Bandori, and we'll have more for next time. But yeah, I thought that was really, really, really pretty awesome. Okay, so more Bandori stuff. Episode of Roselia Part 2 has already come out in Japan, but the video on demand comes out or is available starting the 22nd, which is just in a couple of weeks. And as I mentioned a couple of weeks back, or several episodes ago, I've already picked up episode 1, The Promise. Episode 2, Song I Am, will be available soon, and I think that becomes available through October. And then the episode 1 is available through I believe mid or late August. So by the time episode 2 is available, I will have both that I can stream, and I can stream to my heart's content. So I'm waiting for the other one. I haven't watched it yet. It's still in my queue. So I'm waiting to do that, and when the time comes and I can watch both, I will, of course, stream and just over and over and over again. Now, since we have mentioned Roselia, I'm going to... So this popped up both on my Twitter feed and in my YouTube recommendations, my subscriptions, since I subscribe to the Bandori YouTube channel. So this is a recent live for Roselia. They're introducing they're talking about the game, the Bang Dream Garupa game, the mobile game, and there's a new band story for Roselia. I think it's the third one that shows up in here, and so they're talking about it, and they've got four of the ladies from the group. No II at this time, but they do have KDHR. Kudoharu is in there. Yuki is there. Non-chan and Meguchi. Meguri is there. So it's the four of them, and they basically go through the band story and do some commentary. And the part that caught me was this little bit at the end. Oh, Tara, hey, how you doing, Tara? Welcome. Good morning, chat. Tara, chat. You guys probably, I think you were here last week, Tara, right? So welcome, Jay, Stuka. Tara is here. You probably remember Tara from last time. So Tara, right now I'm talking about the band story for Roselia, the one that showed up on stream. May, hey May, how you doing? Hi everyone. Oh, so I just finished. We're in the middle of Bandori appreciation time. So yes, there's, as we are. Okay, so for the latecomers, I just had to, because you need to get Tokimeki experience. Just that those opening chords, they just need to embed themselves and go through your pores, kind of like go through. Anyway, so hi everyone. May, welcome to the show. Welcome back. We just finished up the 6 degrees of Bandori, and we were talking about Tokuisora, who, as you know, is part of Tante Milky Homes and is Hinako from Guri Guri, working at Edogawa. And of course, I just finally mentioned that I've been listening to a podcast called Doze Wareware Nante, which features Tokoroda Azusa, which it turns out is the voice of Kaoru. How fleeting is that? How fleeting, my kittens, from Kaoru from Haro Happy. So now we're talking about the latest latest. I think it's the band story 3 for Roselia that I was talking about. And this, I'm going to point out this little bit here because I want to make a comment about it. Now, in this one, they've done the commentary, and this is at the end, toward the end of the live stream. It's got the 4 of them, and in front of them, they had been showing. And this is, I'm going to pick on Yuki. I'm going to pick on Yuki for this one, and May, you probably know what I'm talking about. Tara, you might know what I'm talking about. So in this little sequence, it's at the end of the stream. Yuki has a little figurine or little stand-up figure, a tiny one, probably maybe 6 inches tall, 8 inches tall, of Yukina in front of her. And as everybody is waving goodbye, she picks up Yukina, and this is what happens. Here, have a look. Yeah, so Yukina takes a dive. All right, let's look at that again here in case you missed it, because it goes by really fast. I thought this was hilarious. Yuki, come on, Miss Fumble Fingers. Let's look at that again. Oh, Yuki. All right, now, having seen that, I saw that, and of course, in a later tweet, she says, "I'm sorry for dropping Yukina." And of course, we know Yukina is played by Ai. Now, having seen that, part of my brain went to this conclusion. I think that was not an accident. I'm going to say it here, okay? I don't think dropping Yukina was an accident. Is this a hot take? Okay, and I'm going to explain what I mean. What I mean by that. Now, I don't think. Yeah. Oh, she does that kind of thing every time. Oh, okay. So I think it works because of this. If she does do that kind of thing, I think it. So here's my theory. I think that was planned. Okay, and if you want to know, and this I'm going to explain my reason. I think it was planned. If Yuki is prone to dropping things, and dropping Yukina happens to happen in this time, my theory is that maho-nee put her up to it. You want to know why? Because of the following. Now, this is a picture. This is an incident back in, I think it's 2018. The Kukugumi group, which from Review Starlight, are out. I think they're out eating, or they're at a place to eat. And this is I with a katsudon bowl. And if you notice, my mouse is not going to work here, but if you notice, in the bowl is a little stand-up figurine, stand-up figure, and that is on the right is Claudine Shiyou Claudine, who's the character that Ai plays, and to the left is Tendo Maya, who's the character that Tomita Maho plays. Now, and this is the reason why I think I think maho-nee put her up to this, because of what happens next. Watch. You catch that? I guess she was thinking she was picking up some katsudon, and instead she picks up the little figure and bites into it. Here, have a look at it. Right here. Now, if you want to know exactly what she bit off, here's a closer picture. As you can see, Claudine is unharmed, but Tendo Maya is no longer position 1. That's just part of Tendo Maya. So I think I'm going to say that maho-nee got back at Ai for biting off Tendo Maya by having Yuki toss Yukina san. But was it edible? I don't know. I think it was just cardboard, and maybe it was doused in enough sauce that she didn't notice that she was eating cardboard. I'm guessing I think she ate paper, unless they make little fish cakes or something for that. Now that would be really cool, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, if they made little fish cake things of the little figures, which is kind of weird because hey, say I just ate kasumi, which sounds really bad if you think about it, but I'm gonna guess she ate paper and didn't notice it because it was just doused in some sauce or whatnot, or it just the juices from the katsudon just kind of permeated the paper and it tasted pretty good. So maybe she, but I think that's why. At least that's my theory of why that happened, and because Yuki does that sort of thing. As Tara points out, I think that was just prime. She was a prime candidate to do that. I don't know that if Kudoharu is prone to doing anything like that. Probably not. She's doing. I think she's prone to doing other stuff or just mugging for the camera, as she did in the girls' talk party back then, several weeks back. Let's see. Tara said Yuki dropping or. Okay, so yeah, she's just prime. Yeah, I think it was just paper, and yeah, if Yuki drops and especially a piece of cake. Come on, Yuki, cake. It's cake. You eat it. You don't throw it away. But yeah, I'm gonna call her Yuki Fumblefingers from now on. I think. So yeah, that's great. So having said that. Since we got to Flying Yukina and Tendo Maya no longer in position 0 or just part of position 0, that means we get to Sho Seiyu Sanjo. My favorite part, otherwise known as Ojo-sama, the outstandingly joyful and over-enthusiastically unbelievable society of and maho-nee appreciation. Because there's just such a fun duo. Now, before I get to the Ojo-sama tribute that I'm going to do this week, I do want to point out a couple things that pertain to our lovely duo, maho-nee and I maho, maho-I, however you guys prefer to I don't know, whatever, stick their names together. We get Kuro Maya from the Kukugumis, so, or Maya Kuro, however you want. So I like Maho. But anyway, it looks like we've got 5 folks in stream right now. Hello to everybody else who is there. We've got a full house, so hoping most of you can come in and, or maybe you're lurking. If you are lurking, come join us here. We're having a lot of fun. Come join us in chat too. All right, so before we get to this little tribute here, a couple of things about Maho and So in case you guys didn't see it, I just saw this actually pop up on my Twitter timeline earlier today. It turns out Maho is going to be part of a drama CD for something called Bright Star Stargazer. She's playing a character named Mira Oratorio, and happens to also, speaking of the connections there, although connection the other way, Ikuta Teru-chan, Ikuta Teru is going to be playing one of the main characters as well. The CD releases to the general public in August. Hachigatsu no if May. I'm sure you get that, right? You, Tara, you catch that reference? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No more dad jokes, at least for now. So it releases on the 7th of August to the general public, and I think they're doing pre-orders right now. Starting tomorrow, or at least the 11th. It's the 10th here, so 11th for those of you across the Pacific, because it's already tomorrow there, and runs through the 23rd. And I think this is all Japan dates, Japan time, and then it'll release to everybody on the 8th. I didn't get a whole lot as far as what the storyline is. I figured you would, May. I figured you would. I'm pretty sure Tara would get it too. May gets all the references I make. Oh, Tara, you don't. Hachigatsu no If. It's a Poppy-pa song. Poppy. You like? I'm wearing the shirt from last week. This is the new one that I got last week. Tara, it's a Poppy-pa song. Poppy-pa. There's my lanyard. You don't get that. You will. Go look up the song Hachigatsu no If. It's a really pretty song. It's pretty much a duet with Aimi and Saya, or I'm sorry, Saya and Kasumi. There we go. For some reason, I just want to call her Saya. Yamabuki-san. Speaking of which, speaking of Yamabuki, I do have my treat for tonight. As of course, I didn't mention it earlier, but we are unofficially sponsored by Starbucks in Japanese, and I have my chocolate coronet. It's a chocolate croissant in here, which I will be feasting on, and for my beverage of choice, I'm gonna have to get some napkins for this one because the condensation will make it drip everywhere. But I got myself it's a venti. Can you guys see it? Venti blonde latte, iced. So this is my drink of choice for tonight. So I will be up, and I'm gonna take a swig here. I wasn't finding a lot of information as to the storyline, what it's about. What I did find just kind of has a general thing that it's going to be it's a sequel to a previous story, something about members of GAT returning to Earth, but not a lot of more from there. So I'm probably going to hunt down and see, because it sounds really cool. So it's sci-fi from what I can gather, and apparently Maho released some photos. I guess they were able to to now release. Okay, I'm glad you got it, Tara. Oh, I'm glad you got that. Now, so that's good. Excellent. Sugoi. All right, so she released. There were a couple pictures on her Twitter stream of the costume for the character, which is kind of cool. I think that they'll have a drama CD and then they actually costume the characters that they play, which is kind of neat. I wouldn't be surprised if Amber, hi, hey, welcome to the show. You've been lurking, great. Welcome to the show, guys. You remember Amber? Amber's been here multiple times. So chat, Amber, chat. I'm sure you remember everybody in chat. May is here, Stuka, Jay, Tara. All you guys are here. I'm sure we'll get some more folks coming in. Vic said he was going to be dropping by. Vic's another one. He was the one that I mentioned way back. He had a it's called Staba. Yes, Staba in Japan is the shortened version. Staba, exactly. Correct. So that's Maho. She's got that drama CD coming up. I has a clothing line. How about that? Isn't that kind of cool? I think it's kind of cool. Who else has clothing line? I think somebody else. Well, I know Ayasa does some beauty products, I think, if I remember correctly. She's got that line of beauty products, and I could have sworn there was another. Was it Aimi had some clothing at some point or something? I know Maho had a deal where she was modeling a clothing line for somebody, but I don't think it was hers. I think she was modeling for a clothing line, and I can't remember which one it was. It's not coming to me at this time. But anyway, Ai has her own clothing line. It's got her AIS logo, AIS logo, with a really cool symbol thing on it. And she's got, she's got some jackets, face masks for those who want those. She's got a bucket hat, a tracksuit, track jacket, and pants. I guess it's a thing. I hadn't realized that, but that seems to be a thing. Yes, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm the original. Yeah, I could have sworn I'd seen something like that. Thank you, May. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu for reminding me. Yes, I knew I'd seen it somewhere or heard something about it. And also, yes, and a really cool sweatshirt, both black and white. I think the jacket comes in black and a brown leather. I think well, brown, kind of like a deep, like a chocolate color. They look pretty cool. I kind of got my eye on the sweatshirt, kind of like a nice pullover, long sleeve. Wouldn't call it. I think it's more like a sweatshirt or a thick, long shirt. Sport. Yeah, a wrestling one. Yeah, you're eyeing the bucket hat. I'm eyeing the jacket actually, or not the jacket, the sweatshirt. It looks really cool. The white one, at least. It's got her favorite numbers on the back, 17, which is a reference to her birthday. She's got a horse logo on I think on one of the sleeves, and then I think she's got the eyes logo on another part of the sleeve. It just looks pretty cool, and it looks kind of comfortable. Nice oversized, kind of like overshirt, kind of long sleeve overshirt, sweatshirt. So the bucket hat also looks kind of cool. It's black though, and I'm not big on wearing a hat that will suck in too much heat. I run hot anyway. Oh, did Remy? Oh, okay. I didn't know she did that too. Her designs were awesome and very rock. Oh, okay. Well, that's not surprising. That's kind of her thing. The whole rock thing for Remy. That'd be kind of cool to take a look at too. So again, she's joining the rest of II's joining the rest of the Bandori crew who have ties to clothing lines and fashion. So that's just really cool. All right, so here we go. And it's interesting, Tara, that you bring up II's sport clothing line, particularly a wrestling one. This tribute video is something I pulled from Actress Girls, which was, if you guys don't know, probably Jay and Stuka, before she joined Bandori, II wrestled professionally for 2 years with what is now called Stardom, but at the time it was a series of Joshipuro wrestling teams, female wrestlers, of course, and she wrestled under the name Harima Yuki for 2 years, and then eventually retired, but still has ties to wrestling in terms of fandom and some of the people that she met during her time in Actress Girls. So this is a little thing that I found from the Actress Girls YouTube channel. It's her and another fellow wrestler at the time, and I think her name is Saori. Ano Saori is the name of the wrestler. I think that's either her stage name or it's her actual name. But she, a gal who wrestles in the name Ano Saori. This would be several years back, well before during the time. I think it's a series of videos that they put together, training and having them collaborate with the other gals. But this one, this video is of II. And I'm going to show it to you in just a moment, just so you know there's a lot of ambient sound in front of what's happening, because it seems like it's sort of video is running, a camera is running, and what she's doing seems secondary to what they're talking about, so I'm not quite sure if it's related. I wasn't paying attention to the conversation because I was just so entranced in what II was doing, and I know you will be too, so here we go. I present II, pre-II, I present Harima Yuki, showing off exactly what turned her into a butai shoujo. Here we go. How freaking cute is that? What? Little Mermaid with Ai. Come on, that is just friggin' awesome. That's on my playlist, my YouTube playlist, and I've watched that a couple times. It's just cool. I mean, you can kind of tell there. She had the chops at that time. I don't know if she was doing any kind of singing in addition to wrestling at that time. Legendary, welcome back. Good to see you again. Densetsu-san, yokoso. Densetsu-san, yokoso. It's good to see you again. Yes, wasn't that really? And she's doing Little Mermaid. Come on, of all the things that she was going to be doing, I mean, that just shows you she has what it takes to later be Butai Shoujo, to end up on Starlight. Review Starlight, the stage shows, of course, before even the anime, and then as the front man for Roselia, Yukina Minato-san. My YouTube channel upload 20 videos right now. Excellent! Legendary Anime JP Fan 2. I will have to check it out. Yeah, we'll give you a shout out for next time. You guys, check out Legendary Anime JP Fan 2's YouTube channel. They've got 20 videos right now, so Densetsu. Densetsu-san has videos right now. Oops, excuse me, guys. Pardon me for that. So that's what we have for Ojo-sama for this week. I just think that was really cute. I mean, how do you not enjoy that little bit there? I'm pretty sure I've got a couple more videos to show you guys later on of Ai as Harima Yuki, showing you exactly the kinds of things that she can do as a wrestler. It's just friggin' amazing. And speaking of that, there was I guess somebody had posted a meme on Twitter today. It was basically a picture of I think it's Kidani, who is the president of Bushiroad, and it's a little thing of him saying, "Quit your job," to Ai, and Ai as in her Harima Yuki outfit from before, her picture before, and she said why, and Kidani says, join my emo band, referring to Roselia, of course. And I think he should have added join my emo band, and then a few years later I'll buy out the wrestling company that you are in, bring it into Bushiroad, rebrand it, and then I can have you go back as a ring promoter, ring announcer in future. If you saw that, yeah, you saw that, May. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. But I think they should have added that bit because I'll show you a video next time. Ai goes back to on the ring, not in to fight, but she announces the Cinderella challenge for Stardom and all the upcoming and all the new wrestlers for Bushiroad's wrestling arm of production. Okay, so having completed Ojo-sama for the week, yeah, I thought the meme was hilarious. We now move to our favorite part of the show. Let's talk some anime. Okay, I mentioned to May that I've got thoughts because last week was the premiere of Remake, right? That's from a few days ago, right? Yeah, the meme. I don't know how long the meme has been going on, but I saw that meme today. It popped up on my Twitter feed. There was another person had, I can't remember who it was, had retweeted it, and I thought, hey, that's kind of funny. So yeah, I think it's the meme. That's probably the one you're talking about, May and Tara. I'm pretty sure, and that's the same one. If I find it again, I'll retweet it. Did I retweet it? I think I just favorited it. Yeah. So yes. So as I mentioned to May earlier, remake our life. Boku Tachi no Rimeku, or Bokurema. I have thoughts. So yes, yeah, I think that was the one that Haru retweeted. Yes, Bokurema. So I realized episode 2 dropped today. I was at work, so I was unable to watch it, and I didn't have a chance before stream to watch because I was doing some prep work and putting stuff together. So I'm not going to talk about what happens in episode 2 because I don't know what happens in episode 2, but I'll probably be watching it after the stream tonight. So episode 1, thoughts. I said I had many thoughts about this, and for most of it, I will. It probably echoes what May had mentioned in her tweet that got her to thinking about. I think it was you, May. No spoilers. Please, no spoilers. Please, yes, no spoilers. Janai. Onegai shimasu. Please, no spoilers. So. What I wonder what spoilers, if there's what the word for Japanese word for spoilers is. I'll have to learn that one. Jay, we'll check it out, and I'll let you know what that is. Yes. Oh, yes. That was a cool thing about episode 1. It was pretty much the length of 2 episodes. It was 50 minutes, 50 friggin' minutes, and I wish Realist Hero did the same thing, because that one episode I should have waited until there were at least 2. Damn it. But anyway, we'll get to that one after this, but I want to talk a little bit about remake, mostly in that after what May had said. Yes, it got me thinking about the whole idea of remake and going back to change your past. I mean, we've seen this kind of thing before. Hollywood, it's almost a staple in Hollywood, in Western movies. I mean, you've got Family Man, takes place, of course, during Christmas, which Wonderful Life pretty much does the same thing. It's sort of he doesn't go back to make the choice, but he wonders, George wonders what would have happened had he not been alive, and he gets to see that kind of thing, and it informs his decision in terms of the story. Groundhog Day is another classic one where he's not really going back in time, but he's stuck in a loop that he needs to change something there, and that kind of goes along with a recent Amazon Prime movie called Map of Tiny Perfect Things. Similar kind of thing where there's a choice that needs to be made. But again, it's more or less the playing around with the concept of time, that sort of thing. And I guess Parallel is another Amazon movie that kind of does the same thing. They can go back briefly in time to change things, and then that impacts the entire stream. So I'm not seeing anything, at least in the first episode. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what happens in the second episode, as to the mechanism that brings our main character back to the choice that he does. Basically what he goes back 10 years. The Anime Weeb. Hello, the Anime Weeb. Oh, hey, Vic, it is you. Vic, welcome to chat. Good to see you here, chat. This is Vic. He's the one who ran that podcast that I talked about way back in episode 1, that talked about Bandori subbing. Ayako was in it. Taya was one of the guests too, and I will go back and make sure that I do a shout out in the show notes for your podcast. Welcome, hey Vic, good to see you here. Related, since you're choosing film studies, yeah. So in the story, I don't know if I went over it last week, at least now after seeing the episode 1. So in our story, the main character, and I'm blanking on his name right now, but our main character is pretty much trying to get by in a creative field, and things are just not working out in where he is right now. He's got the experience, but the place that he is finding himself really doesn't suit him. He keeps having to go home because a job tanked or whatnot. And then in this case, he's thinking, what would have happened if 10 years earlier, instead of going where I went, I took a different path, and went to art school like he originally wanted to do, and then he became your standard thank you yes, he becomes your typical salaryman, albeit still working within, he's got the experience of working various things, game design and whatnot. Got a bit late. It's okay. You're fine. Good to have you on chat. No worries there, Vic. Chat. Here's Vic. Vic, chat. Everyone say hello. So he wonders what would have happened had I gone to art school and chosen a creative, more central, concentrated on a creative field instead of what he does later on. And then he wakes up one day and he's 10 years in the past, interestingly enough, remembering or having knowledge of what takes place in the future, but now is able to make the decisions that he's going to art school and seeing it. I found it kind of interesting that he's seeing people that he will meet in the future being reflected or showing up in the past. And I have to say, I'm going to say it's relatable in one sense, because it wasn't that long ago when I started looking at, for me particularly, where the steps or the path that my life has taken. And at one point, several months ago, and I do it every so often, it just kind of pops in my head, but several months ago, I spent a good part of my day off. I get 2 days off. I spent a good portion of that actually pondering what would things have been like had I made different decisions at a specific time in my life, and when would that have been? Just looking over, would I have made the decision before college, while I was in high school, after college, in the middle of a particular job I had, and then made a completely switch? If I had taken different steps, again, it's like those movies. Anime does pretty much similar things, especially Steins Gate. I mean, there's I wouldn't say, I don't know if you could consider it a classic time travel story, but it is a time travel story in a way. And I will say it here, thank you to Jay and Stuka for recommending that to me back in the day. You said, go check out Steins Gate. I said, okay, I will. Talk about a mindfuck. Oh my god, that is... I mean, it's a great anime. I mean, it's got pretty much the things I like in an anime. It's serious. There's, it kind of feeds your brain a little bit, and there's some humor in there, which I always like. When it gets too serious, it just, it's one of those where I can't watch every single time just because there's so much going on, and it's really hardcore. But there was enough of a comedic element in there every so often, at least from our main character. In Steins Gate, that it was quite enjoyable. Yes, Steins Gate is very enjoyable. It is very good. So, and that kind of had the sort of, there was something that was going to happen in the future. What is the... Yeah, thank you, Stuka. Yes, that is the appropriate reaction. Talk about a friggin' mindfuck. Oh my god, good anime. But yes, exactly. Now, mind you, I haven't seen there's a sequel-ish to that, if I recall probably. I've got it on my list, but I haven't touched that yet. So no spoilers on the follow-up to Steins Gate, which I know about and I've got on my queue. I think it's either in Crunchyroll or Funimation. It's on one of those two. I know I got it on my list. But anyway, so that's one of those. I would say real life is kind of a little bit like Bokurima, but you don't really go back in time in this one. In this one, the main character gets to relive high school by taking a pill that de-ages him, literally, and then he goes to high school as basically I think he's a 30-something in the body of a teen, and we've seen that sort of kind of thing with magic happens. What's that one with what's his face? Oh, I'm blanking on him right now. Where he's a high school basketball star who grows up and then he wishes and he becomes he goes back to high school in a younger body. Yeah, Real Life was really good, but it's not quite that same idea. It's sort of similar to that, where he goes back to relive kind of high school, and again, choices are made. So I'm really liking what they're doing with Bokurima, though. Going back to Bokurima, I'm really curious to see what happens in the story. Kyoa, our main character, knowing what he knows, because there's a really neat little interaction where somebody he meets in the future, if you haven't seen it yet, to be honest, Bokurima is like Real Life and Pet Girl of Sakura, so I guess there is a little bit of Pet Girl. I guess in that they're in college and they're at university, so they're game designers, so they're doing that. I'm really curious to see seconded Real Life. I suppose that's the case. It seems to be doing its own thing since you are going back in time, and I'm really curious to see. What I'm curious about is there's a sequence, and those of you who've seen it know what I'm talking about. For those who haven't, there's a sequence there where at university in the classroom, it's the end of class. The main character runs into somebody that he has already met in the future, but meets her past self or her past incarnation. So I thought that was kind of cool because we're kind of seeing where everybody's coming from. I would love to see. I don't know if they're going to, or if it's just sort of going to be taken for granted, the mechanism that brought him there. Why? I mean, it doesn't need to be a visit from Kami-sama or something like that, which you've probably seen in some isekai where they first meet God and God says, or whatever deity, and it says, "Oh, I'm gonna have you reincarnate into this new world, and we'll do some stuff, and then I'll throw you down there, and boom, and then there's voices from the heavens or whatnot." Pretty much what they did in Another World with my smartphone, because God basically says, "I screwed up. You weren't supposed to die, but in order to pay you back, let me do something, and I'll give you powers." And the smartphone becomes his his powers. But anyway, isekai aside, for Bokurima, I'm really enjoying what they're doing. I'm really curious to find out. For curiosity, if they touch on any aspect of the time travel. Why was he chosen? Has anybody else? I'm really curious to see if anybody else that he may have met later on has also done the same thing. Do their paths cross? We do see something that I'm not going to give any spoilers, but he sees something that I think is something that he wanted to have seen and realized. I'm trying to talk around this so I don't give anything away for when you see it. But when you see what happens and you see his reaction, you kind of go, "Hey, that's cool," because it's as if it was something that he already wanted. He wanted at some point to do, and it gets done that first time he's there. That the very first instance that he's at university. At the art college. So I enjoyed 50 minutes. God, that was such a good length of time for an episode 1. I wish more anime would do that, but I guess they had a thing that they needed to do, and it was told better within the scope of that 50 minutes. I enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to see what they do. with the rest of it. I like the characters. And I really should have written them down because I'm blanking on them right now. Thank you if you pop up with their Aimee voices, one of the characters. I love the interplay between the four of them. He meets a couple of the other. So he ends up rooming with two girls and a guy, and just the interplay between them when they're together, I think is hilarious. Yeah, it didn't feel like 50 minutes. I just wanted it to keep going for another hour and then go, oh hey, we're end of episode 1. It makes me think of the special 2-hour premieres of a TV show, and then you get to the rest of the show. I know Star Trek: The Next Generation did that. There was a 2-hour season premiere for episode 1, Encounter at Farpoint. And that was fun. You got the introduction, and then you got into the story, and But I wish it could have gone on. But yeah, 50 minutes. Thank you for the 50 minutes, Bokurema. I'm looking forward to episode 2, which I will watch after the stream tonight. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to see what they do. Next one that we're going to talk about briefly. I just got some fun thoughts, and I'm enjoying it. Realist Hero. I like this one. It's isekai, but it's different in isekai. It makes me think of what they were doing a little bit. The feel for it too, in that sense, has the feel of Saint's magic power, because what he ends up going to do is sort of a combination of Saint's magic power and Spice and Wolf, because he decides to help out this new kingdom that he shows up in this world, by taking care of their economic, their financials. So here's another economics anime. How about that, guys? If you've got everything else, you've got volleyball, beach volleyball, competitive rock climbing, you've got ballroom dancing. Welcome to the Ballroom, which is on Amazon right now, which is fun. Competitive ballroom dancing. And now you've got the second economics anime. First, of course, was Spice and Wolf, which is a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I like the main character, and I have a feeling that the trend of I'm liking the trend that even though it's an isekai, they're not just going in. He's turning into a big battle hero or something like that, and everything's going to war. He's actually taking care of the infrastructure of this kingdom to help them out, and he's doing it by picking up trade and helping out their finances, which I think is a little different. It's not your rock'em sock'em. We're gonna go out and fight the monsters. Sea Control. Oh, okay. Thank you. Economics anime. Another one. Sea Control. I will check that out. I'm thinking this might be another trend in this sort of can we call it actionless or less action-oriented anime, more thought-oriented anime, like Spice and Wolf, like Realist Hero. I just saw an announcement for one from Crunchyroll News, Drugstore in Another World. Well, I guess you can kind of do the same thing with what's that? The isekai with an izakaya, where it's the restaurant, which you're gonna say it's a food anime, right? It's the restaurant that serves a different country like through the door, and it's this fantasy kingdom, and they all have to come to this one restaurant to eat, and it's like it's in Tokyo or something like that. Throughout one door and the other door, it's this fantasy kingdom realm, which I'm pretty sure is focused on food. So yes, I suppose that's a food anime. Yes, I'm still watching Bento, and what was that one? The lightning one with the little girl, the dad, and the restaurant place. Sea Control. I will write that down and check that out. But Drugstore in Another World looks like it might follow in that trend of he's the main character ends up in another world where he becomes a pharmacist. Yeah, yes, I know, Jay, I know. Everybody else, food, anime. Yes, I put Dagashi Kashi back on my queue, so I'm gonna check out more snacks. Speaking of which, I still need to eat that the present you guys gave me. This one. Do I have it back here? Wait. Nothing's gonna fall off, is there? Yes, this one. Castella. I still have that. It's still unopened, and it just looks so good. I just haven't had a chance since then. Maybe I'll have some tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Yes, not quite open yet, but that is there. Yes, so I'm curious about Drugstore in Another World. A bunch of other stuff coming down the pipe. Fina, Pirate Princess, is back to having Aimee, a battle game in 5 seconds. So Fina, Pirate Princess is another one that popped up on news that I'm really curious about. And speaking of pirates, I think May mentioned this one a while back, and I had mentioned it before. Bodacious Space Pirates. I just got back to watching that queue. I am enjoying it. I am liking it. I didn't think I was going to like it. I think Stuka, you had mentioned this one to me. Kate, just put it in my mouth. Yeah, do you guys want to see me eat the cake? Am I going to do an unboxing of cake here on stream? You just want to see me shove a piece of that cake. There's like 7 pieces in there. Shove a piece of cake in that, and then wash it down with a blonde venti blonde latte. Right, I'm pretty sure if I get 3 votes in chat that I'm gonna stick a piece of cake in my mouth, then I will do it. Tante wa mo shinderu. Mo shinderu. First episode was awesome. Oh, okay. That detective is already dead. Yeah. And drop the. I don't want to drop the cake. I'm gonna pull a Yuki. Well, I'll drop it, but I'll drop it onto my desk here so it doesn't get on the floor, because the floor is kind of floor needs a vacuuming. Just to let it go bad. Yeah. Well, it hasn't been opened yet, so I don't know if it's gonna go bad. Yeah, if you give me 3 votes in chat to open this up. Let's see, expiration date. Yeah. Let's see, what are the instructions on this? Edible, please remove after black. Okay. Safe to consume. Product is wrapped in special packaging. Okay. To maintain its freshness in live mukbang pog. So in doubler. Oh, it's a good. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Live mukbang pog. Okay, somebody's got to tell me what mukbang is, because I'm not. That's not. That's not. It's not defining itself in my head. Tante wa mo shinderu. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up. Writing down. And I'm sure it's available on all the good streaming services. Yeah, I don't want to drop the cake like Yuki. Yes, eating. Oh, Jesus Christ! So is that vote number 3? Is that what I'm hearing here? If somebody, yeah, if that is the case, if one of you can put a thumbs up emoji in chat, I will go ahead and open, and then we'll discuss. Speaking of Fina Pirates, like I mentioned, Bodacious Space Pirates, the type of YouTube video where people. Oh, I see. No, I wasn't aware of. I wasn't aware of that. Mukbang. Yup, and she's a lot of food. Okay, well, this has 7 pieces. I don't know if I'm gonna eat all 7 pieces all at once, unless you guys want me to. I can. If thank you, Vic. All right, great. All right, Vic. Vic says, Vic, as you guys can see, we have a thumbs up on chat. So I've got some napkins here. I'm going to use it as a placemat. So according to Vic, I'm going to mukbang. Oh, thank you, Tara. And no, I'm not gonna. I promise I won't drop. I won't drop it. So here we go. The opening here, and while I'm doing that, Tabate Nagara will discuss Bodacious Space Pirates. How about that? All right. So we're opening this guy. Here we go. Opening there. The opening begins. Oh, look at that. This looks good. Yeah, so Bodacious Space Pirates, I think I talked to you about this one, Stuka. At one point, I'd asked if you had seen it. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Guys. Look at this. Can you guys... Here, I'm gonna play with... Look at that. Look at that. I think it's still good. I'm gonna pray it's still good, because it's just now got open. I'll probably eat the rest of it, along with the chocolate coronet, chocolate croissant. So here, I'm gonna eat some. Get some napkins here. Got some napkins from, of course, my unofficial sponsor, Starbucks, Staba, as they would say in Japan. So to Staba, arigatou gozaimasu. There's paper on the bottom. Don't eat the... Okay, I won't eat the paper on the bottom. So here we go. First slice. First of 7 slices. There we go. Here, all right. Well, if you could do 7 slices in one single bite... Dude, Tara, 7 pieces. Did you see how big... that's... I would have to stick the entire thing in my mouth. No, sorry, I don't do that. I'm gonna go one at a time. Good God, people! 7 pieces in my mouth. It's like I'm not gonna be able to talk for a while. But no, we're gonna discuss Tabe Nagara while eating. We're gonna talk about some anime. So, Bodacious Space Pirates. Yeah. As I was going back, I think I was talking to you, Stuka, about this one. You said you tried it and didn't get very far. I kind of did the same thing. I checked out episode 1, and I think I didn't make it past the entire episode. But I think at the time I was tired that day because I did go back. Right, here we go. Before I continue, here we go. Take a bite. And I ate the paper. Haha! Just like the... It's not a figure of Maya Tendo. Yes, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah. I think I was tired at the time. I watched episode 1, so I went back, watched it again, and blew through 6 episodes. And now I've been watching them in small chunks in between all the other crap I'm watching. Not crap, all the other good stuff I'm watching. I think I'm now on episode 19, and I think there's 20-something episodes, 26, 22, 26 episodes, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'm liking it. Marika is a great character. I love her character. This is the kind of show where it's part serious, but you have such interesting and entertaining characters. I mean, her entire crew is cool. And the students, I mean, come on. The yacht club, Space Yacht Club students are just having a grand old time participating in all manner of piracy. I keep singing the Pirates of Penzance song in my head every time they go. It's time for to do some piracy, for pirating. You know, with cat-like tread upon our prey we steal, in silence tread our cautious way we feel, and so on. I can just see them doing that. You know, getting, you know, come friends who plow the sea, trust in navigation, and so on. Let's see, where's yeah, this is some good stuff. I think the paper bit. Did I eat through it already? Yeah, so I ate through the paper, kind of like I eating the piece of katsudon that wasn't katsudon. There's a little figure of Tendomaya. All right, this one is for Tara. I'm going. All right, I'm gonna pull a Yuki. Ready? Oh, look at that piece of there. Did that work? Was that okay? Shall I do it again? Oh, I'm a piece of there. All right, just drop. Oh, very cool. New episode of Roughage. New episode of paper is roughage. Trying food from. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I think it'll probably drop on my subscription if it just came up. Yeah, that would be fun just to see. Well, I mean, speaking of Ayasa eating food, that's I dropped it. Yes, that Vic the drop. Yeah, 7. No, come on, guys, 7 in 1. That's huge. That's a huge piece. You know, that's 7 of these. It's this. I don't know if I can get my mouth around that. That's 7 in 1. I'm working on one right now. All right. How about? Yes. Thank you. So I dropped it for Tara because Tara suggested I pull a Yuki. I dropped it. I was holding a napkin in my hand and I dropped it in there. All right. How about this? I'll just stick the rest of this piece in my mouth, and then hopefully I don't choke on the grums. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Oh, good God. All right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna show you stuff. All right. One. Dang it. All right. Yeah. So, yes. So, all right, here we go. Do another one. I'm gotta take the paper off so I don't eat the paper. This is the roughage part, J. There, that's the paper. All right, so here's another piece. All right, another piece. It's gonna go in the mouth. Ready? All right, here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, good God! Oh, good Lord! Yes, No, thank you, Stuka. Yeah, man flexing while eating his cake. No, I'm not gonna. No, Tara. I didn't eat the paper. I made sure I took the paper out. So there's the next one. Here. So this is. Do I need to flex anime? Sorry, Vic. Do I need to flex? Do I need to? Yeah. Okay. So here. Since you mentioned flexing, let me do this. Okay. So taking the paper off, that's that right there. All right. We'll get back to some anime. Just all right. One more, and I think yes, some lattes. Oh my God. Yes. All right. So one more. I'll flex since Vic said we needed to flex here. Here we go. I'm just gonna do half, and then I'll do the other half. So last cake show there. All right, here we go. Go on. Okay. Here we go. There. That's for everybody. There we go. Alright, that was... Oh, okay. What? Yes, I really. All right, okay. We're gonna talk some more about anime. All right, I'm gonna eat the rest of that while I'm watching episode 2 of Bokurima, as well as some of the other ones that just dropped. All right, so yes. All right, hang on a sec. Oh, good lord, guys. All right. Yes, Jay. Tell me, would this be considered food anime? I mean, we're talking about anime and there's food involved. It's a good thing I didn't go and get myself a pack of Pocky. Maybe for next time we'll do that, as I'm, eating Pocky sticks as... Oh, jeez. Yes, Tara, didn't realize it was going to be a cake show. May. Yes, the show took a wild turn. But, that's just kind of the fun of things right now. Plus, you got to see some CDs. And, of course, we'll show them again, the EDEL Rose cards for Roselia, with all the really cool cards in there. I did do a card opening for that box, which you can find on my channel. I'll link to that in the show notes too. Yes, as I was saying, Bodacious Space Ride, I really enjoy it. I'm really enjoying it. There's supposed to be some cool stuff coming up in the latter half. Live action Food Wars. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't have the commentary for that. I'm just too busy sticking the stuff in my mouth right now, Vic. So anyway, I'm really enjoying. There's supposed to be some stuff, from what I can tell, on High Dive, where I'm watching Space Pirates. There's stuff happening in the next segment of, I think, in the next story arc, because we got through the whole Sick Monkeys episode, and then they've gone back to the Benton Maru. They've cleaned it up, and now it's I'll be starting episode 20 probably tomorrow. Restarting. Gonna get that once I arrive there. Yeah. Yes. Oh, so restarting. Yes, I mean, you're gonna get this, right? I mean it. Get it? Yeah, because that's what she says. Oh, and of course, the edition I got came with. Do I have the cool little card? Yeah, there's a cool little. I'm just gonna. Yeah, a little photo. Yeah, going my way. This is really cute. Look at that. This little just came in the CD. I got the regular version. I think there's a special edition that has a Blu-ray disc. I think that's got some music videos on it, which I think they do for the other one. And I did the same thing with Sign, which I might end up getting the. Gee, why? Of course I am. I may end up getting the special edition for Sign, which has a Blu-ray, I think, that comes with it, disc. It also has a different cover than this one. It's got Ai with her hair down. Yeah, it's a really cute. Well, yeah, of course, it's Ai. Come on, you guys know this by now. Yeah, between her and Maho. Yep, hence Ojo-sama. So I'm not going to touch the cake anymore. I'm leaving it until I watch some anime this evening. But yeah, Bodacious Space Pirates. What else is... Oh, Battle Game in 5 Seconds. That looks kind of cool. I'm really curious to see what they do with that. I know Aimi's playing one of the characters in it that I mentioned. The other one that I wanted to talk about... I don't know who's watching this. I started watching it and I got through episode 4, and it's one of those where I'm not sure if I'm going to continue. It looks interesting enough, and I kind of did the same thing with another show that's similar to it. This one is Higehiro. After being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. So it's about a corporate guy who... I'm going to get up from... All right. We'll catch you in just a little bit, Vic. Yeah, it's about a guy, salaryman, who comes home one day after being rejected by the girl, the gal that he likes, potential office romance, finds a high school girl who's just deciding to sleep on the streets and says, yeah, why don't you use the couch in my place? Well, not the couch, but use the futon at my place, and then it goes from there. He ends up taking her in, and it reminded me of... I had started watching After the Rain, which is on... I think it's either on High Dive. I think High Dive has it now, but I started watching it on Amazon. This was interesting. It was about a high school girl who finds herself falling for her boss. She works at a restaurant, a family restaurant, and starts to fall for her boss, who's a divorced 40-something guy. And I think there's a romance that develops in there. Yeah, Higehiro. Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll right now. I don't know if it's playing everywhere. But yeah, it started to remind me of After the Rain, which was kind of interesting. So I'm kind of curious to see where they're going with this. It could either go bad, depending. I mean, given the subject matter, he's in his 30s. I think he's in his late 20s, and here's jailbait. Can I say that? Here's jailbait, and yet that's not exactly what happens in the show. I mean, he ends up she's a runaway basically. Yeah, the ED song for After the Rain is really pretty cool. I haven't seen it in a while. It's got on a... Yeah, at the beginning I was thinking this is gonna get kind of pervy and am I gonna be yelling skebe to the screen here? But yeah, so far I'm 4 episodes in. I'm really curious to see how things work out with them, because he's basically taking on the role. It's more like he's becoming a substitute older brother kind of character, or like I mean, you could even say like an older brother character to the girl, the high schooler. Again, I really need to write these names down. So you guys know, so I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, because he ends up buying her a phone. You're gonna need this. He tells her, if I need to get a hold of you, and then she's got her own issues with having run away from. I believe she says she ran away from Hokkaido and ends up in Tokyo, which is a hell of a long play. I mean, it's like It's like she's saying I'm from Seattle and I ran away to L.A. and the story takes place in L.A. kind of thing. Enjoy that. Yeah, I'm gonna continue watching that. In between everything else that I was talking about, 8686, which I'm enjoying that they're getting a second season for that one. But yeah, Higehiro, I'm really I'm looking forward to see what they do with that. I think they're on either episode. They're at least into episode 8 now, I think, or maybe even 10 at this point. For Higehiro, yeah, because it opened up about the same time as Nagatoro and Saints Magic Power. I think about the same time, so it's probably either done or almost done at this point. So I've got a bunch to check out, and yeah, it's looking pretty interesting so far. So I'm really curious to see that, and then I'll probably go back and finish off After the Rain, which I think I'm on episode 4 or 5 of that one, right about the same place where I am with Higehiro. So those are the ones that I thought I would talk about this week. Again, there's some stuff coming up. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I guess, has got a second season that just dropped, and I gotta go back to finish watching that. And I'm sorry, this is gonna be directed to Jay and Stuka. I need to go back and finish off Chobits. Yes, you guys got me started on that. I enjoyed. I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. Again, I'm at that 3-4 episode mark, and I'm enjoying what's going on. I'm really curious to see what happens to her. I think this is the episode where she ends up leaving the apartment with the main character and going out into the world. So that's kind of it's been cute so far. So I'm looking forward to see what happens on the rest of Chobits. And what else? Yeah, I think those are the ones that are on tap for me for coming up. I'm curious to see where Realist Hero ends up. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing right now, and like I said, remake Bokurema. I'm going to finish Chobits to the end. Probably, maybe tonight. I mean, there's so much fun stuff that I'm watching. Tamako Market May. I still need to go find the movie. I think you said there were 2 movies for that, so I want to track them down somewhere, wherever they happen to be, because I really enjoyed Tamako Market. That was a lot of fun. And then I'm still watching Chronicles of the Going Home Club, which is hilarious. And it's one of those, I need to finish up the rest of Full Metal Panic. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the funny episodes right now. I need to get back into that. And then I still have Gundam to watch. I believe you had said you'd started on Lotus War. I hope you're enjoying that so far. It's got there's only one. Tamako. Yeah, okay. I thought there were 2 of them. No, Stuka, there's a twist. Is it a bad twist? Come on, I don't want a bad twist. I don't want a bad twist from there if it's going to be cute. I want it to be like Oh My Goddess, the OVA, where it was neat. It was fun. It was cute. I enjoyed it. I'm putting it on my rewatch list, which I'll talk about next time. These rewatch lists that I've been mentioning. Tamako Loves Her. Okay, I'm gonna check that out, May. Thank you for that. I still need to finish Futario All Milky Homes, and then go back and watch the rest of the Tante Opera Milky Homes franchise. I've got, I'm just in the middle of so many. I've got Umomusume to I'll reveal. Okay, all right. I was kind of getting afraid there getting scared there for a little bit. I don't want bad twists. Yes, on episode. Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Don't worry, Stuka. I'll watch. Yes, Lotus War I enjoyed. I will say I've only seen the first 3 because at the time when I encountered it in college, that's all that my buddy, who had basically pirated copies of them, and by pirated I mean this would be in the early 90s, pirated, and by pirated I mean he had the first 3 OVAs that were let's say, I think they were about 3rd generation copies on videotape. Remember, if you guys remember videotapes, 3rd generation copies of a 2nd generation because the picture quality was kind of deteriorating a little bit, and no subtitles at the time, not even a fan sub. So this was straight Japanese language. At the time, I had no idea what was going on, but I was enjoying the graphics, the animation, and the character design. But I only saw the first 3 of the OVAs. So, and I know they're on Funimation, so I'm gonna go back to check them out and rewatch them again, because I really did enjoy them, and I think it was one of the classics, quote unquote classics, anime classics that I'd mentioned a while back. And of course, I've got the Gundam movies that I need to go through and watch because I want to. It's just that sort of thing. So anyway, we're in the middle of food stream, which I will get to, an anime stream. We are now at, let's see, what does my clock say? 9:45. We'll have more anime to talk about next week. I really think I'll enjoy it. More thoughts on the anime that we're watching right now, and I think I mentioned this last time. I think so. The next time when we meet again on the 31st, like I said, I'm going to tell you my anime story, my otaku story, because I've mentioned bits and pieces of it in the past. So just so you know, I guess just so you have an idea of where I'm coming from when I talk about anime, I'll give you my history, my anime path, and I will say this, that Stuka and Jay, who you guys have met in chat, had a lot to do of getting me back into watching anime, so I thank them for it. Arigatou gozaimasu for that, you guys. Minna, we'll see you next week, okay? So we'll do some more. We'll catch up on the next episode of Remake. By then I'll probably have watched the next, episode 2 dropped today, 3 and 4, maybe 5 by the time we get back to stream. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about and see if we're gonna have any hot takes on anything like that. But I'm glad you guys were able to come and join you for the stream. Densetsu, it's good to see you again. Tara, nice to see you here. Longer than the last time you were here. Vic, I don't know if you're still hanging around in chat, but thanks for coming in. Yes, don't touch my mustache. Yeah. I won't touch. I won't sawate your mustache. I won't. So don't worry. You don't have to worry about that. Kini shinaide. Stuka-san. So all right, we'll see. We'll call it a night for this episode. We'll see you back here on the 31st. Same bat time, same bat channel. I'm hoping I don't get sued for doing that. And I'm going to go catch up on some Bokurema and other stuff. Chobits probably too, because since I have that coffee that I was drinking, I'm probably going to be up for quite some time. So thanks to everybody for coming out to chat. Amber, Tara, May, Stuka, Jay, it's good to see you. Vic, Anime Weeb, thanks for coming. And Densetsu, I know you're there somewhere. Yes, Densetsu, thanks for coming by. We saw you last time. Thank you for teaching me about mukbang. It's one of those things that now I know, and I'm gonna write that down just because the name is just hilarious to me. But anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for coming up. And then, like most of you saw today, if you were here early before stream started, we had coming in music, and now we're going to have going out music. So good night, guys. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.